Hey guys, so no intro today. So today I'm going to be doing my all-day wear makeup look. I've been testing out foundations and wearing them at school to figure out everything that works the best for all-day wear for the makeup, so let's get started. So first I'm going to spray my face with the Skindanavia, the primer setting spray, or the makeup primer spray. This is the oil control one. Not that I'm oily, but I do like to spray this on my face. Then taking a moisturizing primer, I'm taking the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I do have dry skin, so I like to make sure I put on some type of hydrating base. Then taking the Tarte Clean Slate Pore Minimizing Primer all over the areas that I want to make minimized my pore areas. So I'm just putting this all over kind of underneath my eyes and on my nose as well. Then taking my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, I'm just taking this in the color 3W2 Cashew and blending it all over my face with a Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I'm just blending this all over my skin. This foundation is the best for all day wear. I tested out tons of different ones like every single day for school, and this one lasted by far the best. And then tapping it out with a dampened beauty blender just to make sure it is really pushed into the skin. Next for concealer, I'm taking my Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer on my Sigma F64 Soft Blend Concealer brush, and I'm just putting this right into my inner corners and anywhere that I have darkness. So I'm using this concealer because I feel like this one has the overall best coverage and it lasts the best on my skin. So I'm just blending it into the areas that I want to have nice coverage and just highlight just a little bit. So this is by no means a like minimal makeup 12-day wear. This is like I want to look good for 12 hours kind of makeup, but in my own opinion, I don't think it's too heavy on the face. So if you use these steps, I think you will be all right. And then after that, I'm just going to be dampening it out with my beauty blender just to make sure I'm really pressing it into the skin. Then taking my Laura Mercier brightening powder, I'm just using that right on my beauty blender, and I'm just going to be kind of baking, but not really baking because I'm not going to be keeping it on there for too long, underneath my eyes and everywhere we put the concealer, because this just makes you have a very flawless under eye area. Then taking the RCMA No Color powder, I'm just going to be setting the rest of my face. I like to use this other than a different powder just because I feel like this one is just blended so nicely and it really does keep your makeup in place all day, and I love it. And then I'm going to take this same brush, no, this is the F89, I think it is. This is the like contour one, and I'm pressing that powder into the skin. Then taking my Buxom bronzer in Tahini and my Sigma F10 brush. This is just like a blush brush, and I'm just using this to apply the bronzer around the perimeter of my face. So everything is got a lot of powder on it, which I love, so it's going to make sure everything stays locked in all day. Then adding just a little bit of bronzer around the perimeter of my face. I did my eyebrows off camera, and we're moving on to eyes. You always want to make sure you're priming your eyelids, especially if you have oily eyelids, because if you do, you are going to get nice and oily there, and then the eyeshadow is going to go away. So I just put the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyes, and then I am just setting it with this white powder from the Kylie Cosmetics palette. This is the golden one. And I'm just putting that white shade all over my eye. For this, you can basically do any eye look you want because eyeshadow, no matter what, it's going to stay if you prime the correct way. So I'm just using this palette just because I hadn't used it, and this was the first time I had used it and I wanted to test it out. Normally I would not wear this on like an everyday, like if I was going to work makeup look, but I just wanted to test out this palette, so I used that light brown shade as my transition shade. And I used that on an E40 tapered blending brush, and now I'm just using that darker color in the palette, and I'm using my E25 blending brush, and I'm just blending that into my crease just kind of deeper. Then going back into my Sigma E40 blending brush just to put that on my lower lashes. I didn't want it to be too precise. And then going in with my F70 concealer brush with that kind of bronzy shade from the palette. I think this is such a gorgeous palette and such a gorgeous color. The shimmery shades, just, oh, they're so beautiful. And then taking that white shade on a E20 brush. It is the short shader brush, and I'm just using that for my brow bone and my inner corners. Then taking this Clinique mascara. This is like one of the only mascaras that doesn't transfer to my lid area. If I am having mascara on majority of the day, I usually get like mascara up on my top lid because I have pretty long lashes, but this one does not do that. And then you obviously don't have to, but I took some false lashes and I put on some Blinking Beauty number 3 lashes. For blush, this is the Tarte Blush Stain, and I'm using it on my Duo Fiber F15 blush brush, and I'm doing a cream blush on the bottom of the powder blush just so it stays even longer. So I'm taking the new Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palette, and then picking up on my Sigma what is this, F40 large angled brush, and I'm just putting some blush on top of where we put the cream blush. And then taking the Algenist highlighter. This was the first time I had used this, and I'm just using it on a stippling brush, and I'm putting it right on the tops of my cheekbones. If you want things to stay, you always want to start out with a cream or a liquid and then set it with a powder. I find that that works best for all day wear. So I'm putting down a liquid highlighter first and blending it in with my fingers, and then taking Double Gleam Highlight by MAC on my Sigma F05 highlighter brush and setting on top of where we put that cream highlight. That way we have it all lasting all day. So we have that cream blush, the powder blush, and then the cream highlight, and then the powder highlight. It's going to stay all day. Then I just took a lip liner from MAC and I'm spraying my face, and we are all set.